Hey everyone, it's Jacob again, and this is our NeftyBlocks video part 2. In the first video, I was able to give you a cool and quick overview of how you could use the marketplace. I showed you how you can list your NFTs and even auction them off. But in this one, I want to show you how you can create a collection of your own and mint an NFT. So, stick around. I mentioned in the first video, NeftyBlocks has a ton of tools creators can use to gamify their collections. In fact, the big GUI from the Telos NFT department and myself have been cooking up a gamified NFT collection. Hopefully these videos can help you do the same. I'll even be sure to include a doc in the description with a breakdown of everything we throw into our game, so that you have an extra resource when making yours. So let's get right into it. You'll see that in this video, I'm actually on the Telos test network. I find when building up collections, it's always better to give it a test run on the test network. This is just my preference, and it's not something you have to do. Now, let's create a collection. I'm already signed in, but make sure you connect your wallet before you get started. Now, all you have to do is press on your address name, and then select Create. You can also press Create NFTs on the homepage. It'll bring you to the same page. Here you can see an old test collection I made, but I want to make one with you guys, so let's press Create Collection. Once you're on this page, you're going to enter in your new collection settings. Here is where you enter in your collection name. The name for your collection has to be 12 characters long. Think of it more as your collection address. This is not something people will really be looking at. What they'll be paying most attention to is the display name, and that's what we're going to enter in next. The display name can be whatever you want it to be, and you're able to use capital letters and spaces. Underneath that is where you can put in your collection's profile photo. You can copy and paste in an IPFS hash, or you can upload a file. I selected a file off screen, so you don't have to look through all my files. Next, you want to enter in a collection description. Be as descriptive as possible, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Next, you can select the market fee you'd like to receive. And if you happen to have any social media accounts or a website URL that you'd like to associate with this collection, you can drop that in here. In the Advanced Settings drop-down menu, you can add additional authorized accounts. Authorized accounts can make changes to your collection. But since it's just me, we're not going to add any additional authorized accounts. Now we can press save and sign via our wallet. Once your collection has been created, you can view your collection site by clicking here. Here is where you can find all of your collection's information. Note your description will go here, the selected profile photo will go here, and the name of your collection will go here. If you happen to have any drops, blends, any NFTs listed in the market, or auctions associated with your collection, you can find them here. If you press on this icon here, you can edit the theme of your collection page. There's a ton of things to play around with, so have some fun with it. Down here, you can also change your featured image, and you can add or remove the image's shadow. This collection page can be shared with all of your collectors. Now let's go back to our collection dashboard. By clicking on this button, you can also make changes or edits to your collection. All of the settings we originally set can be updated, aside from the original collection name. Now let's head back to the dashboard. Your collection dashboard is really where it all goes down. Here is where you can mint NFTs, you can create schemas and templates, you can set up drops, set up blends, create blend whitelists, and also create packs. Down here, you can deposit RAM for your drops, blends, and your packs. What we'll want to do before we get started is deposit some RAM. Simply put, RAM is needed for the minting process. I personally would deposit some RAM into the drop section, the blender section, and the pack section. I'm going to throw in 1 Telos each, but you can deposit RAM where you see fit. Since I'll be utilizing all these tools, I'll need RAM in each one of these sections. But if you're only looking to utilize the drops tool, then you may only need drops RAM. To give you an idea, a 1 Telos deposit into RAM will help facilitate with approximately 171 mints. So I'm going to fast forward through this and get all that RAM deposited. All you really have to do is select the amount of Telos you want to deposit and then press deposit. You'll then have to sign in your wallet for each transaction. And now that the RAM has been deposited and our collection is set up, we can mint our first NFT. So the next step you'd think to take would be to press mint NFT. But prior to minting an NFT, we do have to create a schema. If you end up on this page, all you have to do is press create schema to get to the right page. Simply put, schemas are used to define the data that the NFT will contain. So let's give our first schema a name. A schema name must consist of 12 characters or less. You can only use lowercase letters and digits between 1 and 5. Now let's define some attributes. We do want our NFT to have a name, so we'll leave this here. And since the input for that attribute will be text, we're going to set it as string. Next, because we do want our NFT to have an image, we'll leave this here. The type for that, I'll leave as image. But if your NFT happens to be video or audio, you can select IPFS. I'm also going to add a few other attributes, one being rarity. I'll set the type to string, since this will be a text input. And the additional one, size. Also, I'll set that to string. Once you're done with that, you can press create schema and then sign in your wallet. Keep in mind, you can create multiple schemas, so you won't be stuck with just this one. You'll find that schemas in the long run help you keep your collections very organized. Now that our schema is created, we can create a template. Templates allow you to efficiently create multiple NFTs based on the same template. You could think of a template as a mold, and once you have that mold made, you can mint out as many of the same NFTs as you want. Now to start, you want to enter in your max supply for this NFT. If left empty or given the numeric value of 0, the template will have an infinite supply. But let's set this one to 10. Below, you can select whether or not you want your NFT to be burnable. When an NFT is burned, it's destroyed forever. Below that, you can select whether or not you want your NFT to be transferable. And down here, we can fill in our attributes. Note, the attributes match what we entered into our schema, and that's kind of how schemas come into play. You're able to create multiple templates within the same schema. Now, let's give this NFT a name. Now, I'm going to select an image. I'll type in its rarity and its size. Finally, we can create our template. I'll sign in my wallet. And now that our template is created, we can mint this NFT. Let's go back to our collection dashboard and press Mint NFTs. From here, you want to select the schema you created and the template you created. And now our NFT is ready to mint. At the bottom here, you can select the amount that you'd like to mint, and you can also take note of how much RAM is needed for this transaction. If you happen to need more, you can always buy more RAM, and if you have too much, you can sell it. Now let's press mint and sign in our wallet. You're given the option to keep on minting or even see your template details. But what I want to do is take a look at our newly minted NFT. All you have to do from here is click on your wallet name and then go down to My NFTs, and you'll be brought to your NFT page. And here it is. Now with this NFT, you can do all the cool things that I showed you in the last video. You can list it on the market, you can auction it off, you can transfer it to a buddy, or you can even burn it. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll show you how to set up a drop. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all the cool Telos videos. Also, to stay up to date on all things Telos, you can follow us on our Twitter at HelloTelos. You can find links to our Twitter and other social media accounts in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.